Shri Radhe, Jaya Radha, Muralidhara Radha, Muralidhara Shri Radhe, Jaya Radha, Gopinatha Radha, Gopinatha Shri Radhe, Jaya Radha, Gopinatha Radha, Gopinatha Shri Radhe, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jai Prabhupada. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Chalo, see, your Kirtan people got attracted. 2 more people came hearing. Nobody was there. You start Kirtan. Some hope is there. Yes. This is a chapter. Fine. Nupur Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Manoj, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Then what is your plan? You are coming to India?
No, Prabhuji, not yet.
Now the child is there. Take it. Chalo. So who wants to start reading? Chalo Manoj, you can read one paragraph, then Nupur one, then Yuresh one, keep rotating. Okay?
Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah. The story of Samantka jewel. There was a king of the name Satrajit within the jurisdiction of Dwarka Dhama. He was a great devotee of the sun god who awarded him the benediction of a jewel known as Samantka. Because of the
Prabhu, we did
Samantka,
this chapter already.
Oh, sorry. We have done this one. We have to go to the next one.
Yeah, Samantaka jewel.
Manoj did not know.
Prabhuji, I thought it was continuing from last.
Killing of Satrajit Satadhanva. Yeah, I even gave off this is only the name, no? Title, yeah. Yeah, killing of. Yeah, sorry, Manoj. Let's start here.
No. Chapter 2, the killing of Satrajit and Satadhanva. After Akrura visited Hastinapura and reported the condition of the Pandavas to Krishna, there were further developments. The Pandavas were transferred to a house which was made of shellac and was later on set ablaze, and everyone understood that Pandavas, along with their mother Kunti, had been killed. This information was also sent to Lord Krishna and Balrama. After consulting together, uh, they decided to go to Hastinapur and show sympathy to their relatives. Krishna and Balrama certainly knew that the Pandavas could not have been killed in the devastating fire, but in spite of this knowledge, they wanted to go to Hastinapura to take part in the bereavement. On arriving in Hastinapur, Krishna and Balrama first of all, went to see Bhishma Deva because he was the chief of Kuru dynasty. They then saw Vidur, Gandhari, and Drona. Other members of the Kuru dynasty were not sorry because they wanted the Pandavas and their mother to be killed, but some family members headed by Bhishma were actually very sorry for the incident, and Krishna and Balrama expressed equal sorrow without disclosing the actual situation.
Okay. Other members of the Kuru dynasty were doing drama. And all was sorry. Take it. It's all we know. Take care. But actually, Krishna and Balaram knew. Actually, everybody was doing Natak. Krishna and Balaram knew they're not right. They're also doing Natak. And Kauravas also doing Natak. I think only person in trouble was Bhishma. Correct? Others all knew what has happened. Krishna and Balaram know they're alive. And the Kauravas are happy they have died. है ना? So the sorrow is Natak only from everybody. ठीक है, Krishna fell all into Vishnu, they decided to chief of the Kuru dynasty. So anyway, so Krishna, they got message and now house is burnt. Now the main story is starting, which is the story for today.
So, Prabhuji, this incident happened after the Samantaka jewel um,
Yeah, that's right.
incident, is it?
Yeah, so Matika Jewel and Krishna is married to two
Mm,
girls. She has last time we discussed how does Krishna
mm,
feel, one after another, so many girls coming home. And Nupur
mm.
Mataji said that the queens were used to this. Okay. And then the next thing is that now the main story is going. Krishna Balaram, now Shamantaka Jewel story continuing. It's a
Okay.
two chapter story. Yeah. Continue. Manoj, you can read one more.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Sorry. I did some mistake. Yeah.
When Krishna and Balram were away from the city of Dwarka, there was a conspiracy to take away the Samantka jewel from Satrajit. The chief conspirator was Satadhanva. Along with others, Satadhanva wanted to marry Satyabhama, the beautiful daughter of Satrajit. Satrajit had promised that he would give his beautiful daughter in charity to various candidates, but later on decision was changed and Satyabhama was given to Krishna along with the Samantka jewel. Satyajit had no desire to give the jewel away along with his daughter, and Krishna, knowing his mentality, accepted his daughter but returned the jewel. After getting back the jewel from Krishna, he was satisfied and kept it with him always. But in the absence of Krishna and Balrama, there was a conspiracy by many men, including even Akrura and Kritavarma, who were devotees of Lord Krishna, to take the jewel from Satyajit. Akrura and Kritavarma um, the joined the conspiracy because they wanted the jewel for Krishna. They knew that Krishna wanted the jewel and that Satyajit had not delivered it properly. Others joined the conspiracy because they were disappointed in not having the hand of Satyabhama. Some of them incited Satadhanva to kill Satyajit and take away the jewel.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, so this is now interesting. Story is picking up. So what had happened? There was the conspirator to take away the jewel from Satyajit, and chief conspirator Satadhanva. He actually wanted to marry Satyabhama. Okay.
I never heard this name, Shatadhanva, before, Prabhuji.
New names, yeah. Okay, the conspiracy, Akrura, Krutava also became part of it. They'll come later why they became part of it. Okay. So they were thinking they'll get it the jewel from Krishna. Okay. Other joined, they were disappointed that not having the hand of Satyabhama. Some of the insiders Shatadhanva to kill Satyajit and take away the jewel. So he wants to take revenge, I think. Shatadhanva, correct? Because he wanted to marry Satyabhama, he didn't give. So, and anyway, the jewel is there, another thing to take away. Yeah. Now, Nupur, you like to read two paragraphs?
Yes, Prabhuji. The question is generally raised: why did a great devotee like Akrura join this conspiracy, and why did Kritvarma, although a devotee of the Lord, join the conspiracy also? The answer is given by great authorities like Jiva Goswami and others that although Akrura was a great devotee, he was cursed by the inhabitants of Vrindavana because of his taking Krishna away from their midst. Because of his wounding their feelings, Akrura was forced to join the conspiracy declared by sinful men. Similarly, Kritavarma was a devotee, but because of his intimate association with Kamsa, he was also contaminated by sinful reaction, and he also joined the conspiracy.
Okay. Kamsa, okay, Kritavarma. So there, why did he? So Akrura joined this conspiracy of whole thing, murder, everything. So the reason is that he was cursed by gopis. This is not a direct offense, it's agyat, hai na?
Hmm.
Isha, this is called without knowledge causing offense to someone. Right?
Prabhuji.
There are different kind of offenses. Now, the kind of offense he has done, he did not directly speak anything bad to the gopis, correct? Krura, hai na? But unknowingly he has made an offense. True? Shisha? Hare Krishna, Shisha. He can't hear it. He can't hear it.
Prabhuji, one more. Let me remind you that it's not on broadcast. If you want to put it on,
It's on already.
is it?
Today it's already broadcast on. Your whole
But
kirtan is
you
recorded today.
no. Usually it says as live in the at the
Live,
top,
yes.
It's not saying
but it
that.
doesn't show now.
I
No.
don't know why it doesn't show. Chalo. But YouTube keeps changing. Take care. But don't worry, it's live. Live is there. I can see live on the right, top and right. Can you see?
Oh, okay.
It's there. Take care.
Hmm.
Take care. So anyway, so he did not consciously want to hurt the gopis, but definitely he hurt them by his activity. You know, at least he should have taken. Don't take any offense on me. I have no plan to hurt you, but there's a divine plan. Krishna Balaram want to come. Anna, what is a shisha?
Yeah, yeah. But
Very careful. Krishna is the dearest devotees of Krishna, and he hurt.
yeah, yeah,
So now he is joined one murder conspiracy because of that. Anna,
yeah, because of that, yeah,
Shrapa.
yeah, yeah.
Skritavarma was who is this Skritavarma? He was a devotee, but he's also because he associated with Kamsa, he also got contaminated with Kamsa. Did so many sinful activities. Correct? Killed so many brahmanas. He killed so many yadus, isn't it? Kamsa.
Hmm.
That's one of the cousins.
Yeah, with help of a demonic asset, he gave so much pain to so many people, and he was associated with him. So you also take part of the sinful activity.
Yeah.
Okay, now yes, Nupur Mataji, is it questions?
Yes, Prabhu. Being inspired by all members of the conspiracy, Satadhanva one night entered the house of Satrajit and killed him while he was sleeping. Satadhanva was a sinful man of abominable character, and
Although,
due to his sinful activities, he was not to live for many days. He decided to kill Satrajit while Satrajit was sleeping at home. When he entered the house to kill Satrajit, all the women began to cry very loudly. But in spite of their great protest, Satadhanva mercilessly butchered Satrajit without any hesitation, exactly as a butcher kills an animal in the slaughterhouse. Since Krishna was absent from home, his wife Satyabhama was also present on the night Satrajit was murdered, and she began to cry, my dear father, how mercilessly you have been killed." The dead body of Satrajit was not immediately removed for cremation because Satyabhama wanted to go to Krishna in Hastinapur. Therefore, the body was preserved in a tank of oil so that Krishna could come back and see the dead body of Satrajit and take real action against Satadhanva. Satyabhama immediately started for Hastinapur to inform Krishna about the ghastly death of her father.
Shisha, what is this technology? Just like they preserve the body of so many people, even and I think they're preserving the body of the Lenin or Stalin or somebody in Russia.
Russia.
Huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah, yeah, they are preserved
And that fellow butchered so many people actually, है ना?
people. Yeah,
I think there was nobody who killed so many people as him, है ना?
yeah, that communism. Yeah,
And they have preserved his body to this day, है ना?
yeah,
Soul has
yeah.
gone to hell, but the body is preserved. Now, here, what is this technology in oil? You know, aware of this technology?
That in Goa also one of the
Huh?
that in Goa also in one of the churches they kept one of the saints of that. Yeah, in some
But
in
now,
church there is one body is there, but we don't know what is the technology they used there. Yeah, But in this one, pyramids also there are their bodies maybe mummies for so many years. They were
Correct.
yeah,
They preserve the bodies for some time.
bodies yeah, completely.
Chalo. Continue, Nupur Mataji. Is it fine, everybody? Whatever some technology of those doors, they preserve the body for some time. Yeah.
Mm. Um, when Krishna was informed by Satyabhama of the murder of his father-in-law, he began to lament like an ordinary man. His great sorrow is again a strange thing. Lord Krishna has nothing to do with action and reaction, but because he was playing the part of a human being, he expressed his full sympathy for the bereavement of Satyabhama, and his eyes filled with tears upon hearing about the death of his father in law. He thus began to lament. Oh, what unhappy incidents have taken place. In this way, both Krishna and Balram, along with Satyabhama, the wife of Krishna, immediately returned to Dwarka and began to make plans to kill Satadhanva and take away the jewel. Although he was a great outlaw in the city, Satadhanva was still very much afraid of Krishna's power, and thus he became most afraid of on Krishna's arrival. Understanding Krishna's plan to kill him, he immediately went to take the shelter of Kritavarma. But on being approached by him, Kritavarma said, I shall never be able to offend Lord Krishna and Balram because they are not ordinary persons. They are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Who can be saved from death if he has offended Balram and Krishna? No one can be saved from their wrath. Kritavarma further said that Kamsa, although powerful and assisted by many demons, could not be saved from the wrath of Krishna. And what to speak of Jarasandh, who had been defeated by Krishna 18 times, and each time had to return from fighting in disappointment. When Satadhanva was refused help by Kritavarma, he went to Akrura and implored him to help. Akrura also replied, both Balram and Krishna are themselves the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and anyone who knows their unlimited strength would never dare to offend them or fight with them. He further informed Satadhanva, Krishna and Balram are so powerful that simply by willing, they are creating the whole cosmic manifestation, maintaining it, and dissolving it. Unfortunately, persons who are bewildered by the illusionary energy cannot understand the strength of Krishna, although the whole cosmic manifestation is fully under his control. He cited as an example that Krishna, even at the age of 7 years, had lifted a Govardhana hill and had continued to hold up the mountain for 7 days, exactly a child carries a small umbrella. Akrura plainly informed Satadhanva that he would always offer his most respectful obeisances to Krishna, the super soul of everything that is created and the original cause of all causes. When Akrura also refused to give him shelter, Satadhanva decided to deliver to the hands of Akrura the Shyamaltaka jewel. Then, riding on a horse which could run at a great speed and up to 400 miles at a stretch, he fled the city. When Krishna and Balaram were informed of the flight of Satadhanva, they mounted their chariot, its flag marked by the picture of Garuda, and followed immediately. Krishna was particularly angry with Satadhanva and wanted to kill him because he had killed Satrajit, a superior personality. Satrajit happened to be the father-in-law of Krishna, and it is the injunction of the Shastras that anyone who has rebelled against a superior person or Guru Druha must be punished in proportion to the volume of the offense. Because Satadhanva had killed his father-in-law, Krishna was determined to kill him by any means. Continue, Prabhuji.
Anything, any comments? Is simple. The story is still now very simple. The Guru Drohi, he is offended a superior person. He doesn't deserve mercy, correct? Yes, it's not a breach of Vedic culture, is a breach of etiquette. It's an elder personality. He should not have attacked and killed like that. You know?
Yeah.
And for no purpose. It was just to steal maybe jewel from him. I don't know. Simply. Shatadhanva deserved death penalty. Krishna is not decided to give him death penalty. Is it fine, Yuresh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Just like Kauravas are given death penalty by Krishna.
Hmm.
Finally, he is also child of Krishna, but that is the way to be corrected now. Okay? He has to be stopped from further sinful activity in that body. Okay. Continue, Mataji.
Yeah. Satadhanva's horse became exhausted and died near a garden house in Mithila. Unable to take help of the horse, Satadhanva began to run with great speed. In order to be fair to Satadhanva, Krishna and Balram also left their chariot and began to follow Satadhanva on foot. While both Satadhanva and Krishna were running on foot, Krishna took his disc and cut off the head of Satadhanva. After Satadhanva was killed, Krishna searched through his clothing for Samartaka jewel, but he could not
Find it.
hmm, find it. He then returned to Balaram and said, "We have killed this person uselessly because the jewel is not to be found on his body." Sri Balaram suggested that the jewel might have been kept in custody of another man in Dwarka, so you would better return and search it out. Sri Balaram expressed his desire to remain in Mithila city for some days because he enjoyed an intimate friendship with the king. Therefore, Krishna returned to Dwarka and Balaram entered the city of Mithila. When the king of Mithila saw the arrival of Sri Balaram in his city, he became most pleased and received the Lord with great honor and hospitality. He presented many valuable presents to Balaramji in order to seek his pleasure. At this time, Sri Balaram lived in the city for several years uh, as the honored guest of King of Mithila, Janak Maharaj. During this time, Duryodhan, the eldest son of Dhritarashtra, took the opportunity of coming to Balaram and learning from him the art of fighting with a club.
Okay, so that is Mithila. Okay. Who was the king of the Mithila?
Janak Maharaj is still living
Janaka.
at this time.
Isha, solve this. This is the Ramayana or Mahabharata.
Yeah.
Huh?
From Ramayana, given is daughter to Ram, daughter to Ram.
No. Just wait. Which chapter is this? This chapter is there. Let me just Shisha. No, we can
Janaka is
give me 1 minute. I'll check it out now. Isha's voice is cracking today. Now I'll check from Srimad Bhagavatam. Is there any clarification? And this is from the 10th canto.
Sir, this one too. Yeah, you guys.
Oh, when I go in this Mithila, then now Janak Maharaj was where? Sita's father. He was Mithila?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Huh?
They were from Mithila. Yes.
Sure. You read Ramayana?
Yeah. At least I know this information.
You sure?
I think so, Prabhuji. Yes.
Isha, you have gone to Lord Rama's. The here also I've gone to the book. There also it says
At that time,
heavy rain here now. No, not here anything. Let me check. Yuresh,
Ji Prabhuji.
you have read Ramayana anytime?
No, Prabhuji, I'm checking in Google.
Mithila, that time Ramayana, the Janak Maharaj is from Mithila.
Yeah, actually, in Google, it is saying that there are 52 kings in the dynasty of Janakas.
Okay.
So, I mean, Most famous of all is father of Sita Devi. He is Kshiradvaja Janaka.
He's in myth.
But all the
Where is it?
yeah, there are 52 kings. They're all called Janakas,
Oh,
but They're all kings of Mithila only.
all are called Janikas only. Huh?
Yeah, that's a dynasty.
They didn't
But
change.
out of them, most famous is Ma Sita Devi ki father Janaka
Oh,
Maharaj.
oh, I
But there
see.
is a in the same dynasty, everybody is called as Janakas as well.
It is said like
But
that.
there are yeah, apparently there are 52 kings.
Give the link.
For
Give the link. The discussion forum and give the link.
Another,
actually,
this one is Prabhu that, yeah, Prabhu.
yeah, it's in a Wikipedia Prabhuji about Mithila region history.
Mm.
No, no, you put down no, the below link. Okay.
Actually, it may be also like this. That Treta Yoga coming after Dwapara Yoga in some other Yogas.
Treta Yuga coming after Dwapara Yuga, correct?
Yeah, this one, it may can happen. Yeah,
Oh, no, that is okay. But this is talking about this this Dwapara Yuga. This time before. That is okay. And Lord Rama, there is something working on Lord Rama, something story there. And because of that, also swapping occurs because of two reasons. Okay. Now, anyway, so Treta Yuga, okay. Krishna came, Lord Rama came in the beginning of Treta Yuga. Correct.
yeah, yeah, bro. That this is the end of this one. Okay?
17 lakh years. And he's saying how
The
many?
middle of Dwapara Yoga.
But Dwapara Yuga, the life is 10,000 years. No. Treta
Yeah,
Yuga,
bro.
the life is 10,000 years.
Mm.
Chalo, this is one. Any solution, Nupur Mataji?
Prabhuji, I think Yuresh's explanation seems
What
more
is Janak
this
Maharaj doing here? That's the question.
that they were all his descendants and they were all named Janak. I guess.
Huh?
They were his descendants and they were all
No, no, see,
named Janak.
another thing is that not be only one person need not have the name Janak. Many people can have the same name. But Yuresh is giving the conclusion. है ना, Mithila, many people, just like say Haridas Thakur. Now, so many people have the name Haridas. Even in Vrindavan, who found the deity of Banke Bihari, his also name was Haridas, isn't it, Shisha?
Yeah.
And this Haridas is different from the Haridas or other Haridas or Lord Shiva. Correct?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Namachat.
what is the meaning? Is a Janak? Many people. What is the meaning of the name Janak? Janata, Janak, है ना?
Janak means
Yeah.
the one who gives Janam, isn't it?
Protector of the people.
He's creating.
Or maybe,
Protector.
or maybe
Did you see in Wikipedia the meaning? Huh? He's
it's
saying,
a history of the region, Prabhuji.
okay.
They call him Janaka or Videha. That's what it is written there. But I don't know whether we can take it as a authority or not. But
No, whatever it is. Some we get information. So you got one information that the people in the generation of Janak Maharaj are known as Janak only. Correct?
yeah,
So that solves something which looks very near to us. That's a separate calculation, correct? See what happens also, there may be prominent, maybe 50 Janakas in that dynasty. 50 people who took the name Janaka, in between so many people. The important ones have been listed out. Hana Shisha? So this was also a great devotee, Janak Maharaj, correct? But if he was fathers of Sita or something, it would have been mentioned here by Prabhupada, correct? He's not.
Yeah.
This is Janak. There are so many people having, names which were there in so many other pastimes. The name can be similar. Doesn't mean only one person can have a particular name, isn't it? Shisha. If you type Shisha now on the internet, there will be so many Shishas on earth now, isn't it? Yuresh, there will be so many Yuresh. Nupur, there will be so many Nupur. In Facebook, you type itself, We'll get so many.
Yeah.
Manoj will get 1 crore. It's a very common name. Isn't it, Manoj?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, it's
Get 1
common.
Manoj. Manoj, they
Yes,
will
Prabhuji.
know that. Manoj Sharma also, there will be at least 500 people having that name.
More.
Or very popular name. So therefore, we I conclude that this is not the same Janaka of Sita sitting there.
Hmm.
Chiranjeevi. Another person having the same name in the same place. Correct? The place is
Mhm.
Mithila. Chalo, continue, Nupur Mataji.
Um, After killing Satadhanva, Krishna returned to Dwarka, and in order to please his wife Satyabhama, he informed her of the death of Satadhanva, the killer of her father. But he also informed her that the jewel had not been found in his possession. Then, according to religious principle, Krishna, along with Satyabhama, performed all kinds of ceremonies in honor of the death of his father-in-law. In that ceremony, all the friends and relatives of the family joined together. Akrura and Kritvarma, who were prominent members in the conspiracy to kill Satrajit, had incited Satadhanva to kill him. But when they heard of the death of Satadhanva at Krishna's hand, and when they also heard that Krishna had returned to Dwarka, they both immediately left Dwarka. The citizens of Dwarka felt themselves threatened with pestilence and natural disturbances due to the absence of Akrura from the city. This this was a kind of superstition because while Lord Krishna was present, there could not be any pestilence, famine, or natural disturbances. But in the absence of Akrura, there were some disturbances in Dwarka. Once in the province of Kashi, within the barricade of Varanasi, there was a severe drought and practically no rainfall. At that time, the king of Kashi arranged the marriage of his daughter, known as Gandhini, with Swafalka, the father of Akrura. This was done by the king of Kashi on the.
Chalo, now just understand this. No? Okay, so Akrura and Kritavarma are part of it. Okay, they asked Krishna, they both immediately ran away from Dwarka for their life. So the Dwarka felt threatened because now the special blessing of that Samantika jewel, all that wealth and all, okay, and people are rumors are there when this is gone, then pestilence, natural disturbances kind of superstition are there. Or how come Prabhupada is saying when Krishna is present, how can any unauspicious thing happens? Anyway, so when Akrura was not there, some disturbance, and people started saying, there's some problems will happen now. The sea will draw to practical. Okay, anyway, there's some father Akrura and Akrura were considered very auspicious, holy people anyway. So if they are not there, people thought some inauspicious will happen. Okay? Okay. Advice. Yes, Mataji, continue. Hare Krishna. Am I out or what?
No, Prabhuji, you're okay.
Annupur, what happened? She's out.
She's on mute. Maybe something came up.
You Rex, you continue that.
Yeah. Advice of an astrologer, and actually it so happened that after the marriage of the king's daughter with Swafalka, there was sufficient rainfall in the province. Due to this supernatural power of Swafalka, his son Akrura was also considered equally powerful. And people were under the impression that wherever Akrura or his father remained, there would be no natural disturbance, famine, or drought. That kingdom is considered to be happy where there is no famine, pestilence, or excessive heat and cold, and where people are happy mentally, spiritually, and bodily. As soon as there is some disturbance, people consider the cause to be due to the absence of an auspicious personality in the city. Thus, there was a rumor that because of the absence of Akrura, inauspicious things were happening. After the departure of Akrura, some of the elderly members of the town began to perceive that there were also inauspicious signs due to the absence of this Shamantaka jewel. When Lord Sri Krishna heard these rumors spread by the people who decided to summon Akrura from the kingdom of Kashi. Akrura was Krishna's uncle. Therefore, when he came back to Dwarka, Lord Krishna first of all welcomed him as befitting a superior person. Krishna is the super soul in.
So nice, huh? As soon as
Yeah.
disturbance, people come speak to the absence of some auspicious personality. Because of some inauspicious things happen. But Akran also pure. If you follow rules, regulations strictly, you become holy. Wherever you are, inauspicious thing will not happen. Hana? Isha?
Tirthi Tirthani.
Yeah. Take care. So people felt that there were some disturbances. Krishna held before people were spreading because actually Krishna is there. How can anything happen? Okay. So anyway, Akrura was Krishna's uncle, and people wanted him, they were feeling little secure when Akrura is there. है ना? Nothing inauspicious will happen. Okay. So he came back to Dwaraka. Krishna first of all welcomed him. I'm befitting his serious position. Okay. Krishna is the super soul. And yes, Yuresh.
Yeah, in everyone's heart. He knows everything going on in everyone's heart. He knew everything that had happened in connection with Akrura's conspiracy with Shatadhanva. Therefore, he smilingly began to address Akrura. Addressing him as the chief among magnificent men, Krishna said, "My dear uncle, it is already known to me that the Shamantaka jewel was left by Shatadhanva with you. Presently there is no direct claimant of the Shamantaka jewel, for King Satrajit has no male issue. Sorry, has no male issue. His daughter Satyabhama is not very anxious for this jewel, yet her expected son, as grandson of Satrajit, would, after performing the regulative principles of inheritance, be the legal claimant of the jewel. Lord Krishna indicated by this statement that Satyabhama was already pregnant and that her son would be the real claimant for the jewel and would certainly take the jewel from him.
Yeah,
Shall I
continue.
continue?
Yeah.
Sorry, Prabhuji, there is a doubt. For King Satrajit has no male issue. May I know what does that mean, Prabhuji?
No male
No,
children.
no son.
Means so
No,
no
sir.
son or grandson, something like that. Oh, okay.
Previously, inheritance is to son, I think. That's why. है ना? And
Yeah.
daughter, they give so much for dowry. है ना? That
Correct.
now double.
Yeah,
They get dowry also and they get inheritance also.
yeah. No,
I'm just joking.
Okay.
Ah, Yuresh, isn't it so?
Yeah, I mean nowadays it's very different, Prabhuji.
They get
Every
double now.
family has got different culture.
No, no, double they get. Dowry time also they get so much, and then inheritance also equal, legally equal, isn't it? Anyway, so they would know that you are very pious and active. There is no objection, Jeremy kept it. Okay. So anyway,
Krishna continued.
huh?
Shall I continue, Prabhuji?
This jewel is so powerful, God man is able to keep it. I know you are very pious. Okay, so then the whole point is that okay, Satyabhama's son should inherit that jewel. Okay. Krishna continue. You continue.
Yeah, Krishna continued. This jewel is so powerful that no ordinary man is able to keep it. I know that you are very pious in activities, so there is no objection to the jewel being kept with you. There is one difficulty, and that is that my elder brother Sri Balarama does not believe my version that the jewel is with you. I therefore request you, O large hearted one, to show me
Show me. Ah,
the jewel before my other relatives so that they may be pacified. You cannot deny that the jewel is with you, because from various kinds of rumors we can understand that you have enhanced your opulence and are performing sacrifices on an altar made of solid gold. The properties of the jewel were known. Wherever the jewel remained, it would produce for the keeper almost 9 mounds of pure gold daily. Akrura was getting gold in that proportion and was distributing it very profusely at sacrificial performances. Lord Krishna cited Akrura's lavishly spending in gold as positive evidence of his possessing the Shemantaka jewel. When Lord Krishna,
Yeah, this is clear, no? Simple paragraph. He is trying to ask Akrura that, symptoms are, it is with you. That's it. Hai na?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, continue.
when Lord Krishna, in friendly terms and in sweet language, impressed Akrura about the real fact, and Akrura understood that nothing could be concealed from the knowledge of Sri Krishna. He brought the valuable jewel, shining like the sun and covered by cloth, and presented it before Krishna. Lord Krishna took the Shemantaka jewel in his hand and showed it to all his relatives and friends present there, and then again returned the jewel to Akrura in their presence so that they would know that the jewel was actually being kept by Akrura in Dwarka city. This story of Shemantaka jewel is very significant. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that anyone who hears the story of this Shemantaka jewel or describes it or simply remembers it will be free from all kinds of defamation and the reactions of all impious activities and thus will attain the highest perfectional condition of peace. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the second volume, second chapter of Krishna, the killing of Satrajit and Shatadhanva.
Okay, everybody's fine. There's anything to simple story, Anna? Okay,
Hmm.
not much philosophical debates there, Anna.
Yeah.
So the Shamantika jewel story, okay. And
Yeah. Story.
what happens to you? No defamation will touch you, okay?
Mhm.
Or
Prabhuji, in the whole of Krishna book, I mean, in Lord Sri Krishna's pastimes, we never heard a name called Bharata or Bhartakanda or India or something like that. We only hear the city names or the village names. Is there any
No, I
reason for
think they
that,
had
Prabhuji?
mentioned Bharatvarsha.
Bharatvarsha
Yeah, I think they had mentioned it somewhere. I don't
regarding
remember.
Lord Krishna's pastimes, Mataji?
most of the time,
In yes, in this book only, I think.
somewhere Bharat Maharaj is mentioned. Now, basically, the point is this that they were mostly villages. Prabhupada says few towns, like Dwarka was one town, Indraprastha was there, and Hastinapur was there. Few towns, mostly villages. Isn't it, Shisha?
Yeah. Yeah.
Time was mostly villages. People are happy. Not only villages, people are happy. Self-sufficient villages. And that is the only sense that Gandhi had among all the things he said. He said that self-sufficient villages should be produced. Correct? And
Yes.
nobody is interested in that. But that is the main. People can be happy. Prabhupada also wanted that. People can be happy within their village and peacefully practice Krishna consciousness.
Hmm.
I remember some devotee there in charge of preaching in the eastern India, in the tribal areas, and they got some kind of success there. So I was asking them. They gave an interview on the YouTube. What are their whole strategy? See, they already people are living simple life. We don't want to make it complicated, but just
Hmm.
along with simple, they're tribals. Their life is simple, but they just want to add high thinking to their life, not to disturb their simple living. Correct?
Hmm.
That people live simple life in villages. Just add high thinking. That's all we want to do. When you go to the villages, we don't tell them you should have mobile, you should have a refrigerator. Not need all this stuff. Ah.
Hmm.
But just add high thinking to their life. Then it will be very peaceful. So
Hmm.
mostly, therefore, they were villages and people are very happy. Few towns. Okay. Bharatvarsha, because anyway, whole earth was known as Bharat. What is
Yeah,
it?
Prabhuji. But when we hear about Golden Avatar, who is Mahaprabhuji,
That is
so he traveled all over India to preach.
years ago. No? That you're talking about 5,000 years ago and 500 years ago.
Yes. Hmm.
Mm,
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was 500 years ago. That time the whole geography had changed.
okay. So Lord Sri Krishna didn't come to any other places apart from these pastimes which we hear about.
Oh, but you are saying that, oh, he has not traveled any out of these.
Yeah, any other parts of India except Dwarka and Mathura,
And Vrindavan.
Vrindavan.
Some more places
Because
meant to kidnap. He has traveled to get the queens now. You see all the queens he collected different parts of India.
I mean, we never hear about any other cities' names, Prabhuji. That's why I was.
It will come now. Now he has to go to so many cities to kidnap queens one by one. They'll be Rukmini. We read the story, I think, already.
Yeah, from Maharashtra.
That was Vidarbha.
So
Vidarbha, Maharashtra.
over now. See, Rukmini is over. Satyabhama is over. Chambavati is over. Take it. These are the first three. And five
Mm-hmm.
will add, it will become eight. And then after that, 1,000, 16,100 will get wholesale. Correct? So then
Yeah,
16,108. You got the equation? Yeah?
yeah, Prabhu.
Rukmini is the first one. Anna?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Hmm.
And Satyabhama.
Then Jambavati.
Three are over now in this chapter. Now five will
No,
come. It
five
becomes
later, yeah.
and 16,000
Like,
16,108. Correct?
like that, yeah. Satya like that.
Eight were that came together.
16,000 came together, yes, because he had.
Yeah, another Kasara.
Yeah, 16,108. No,
Uh,
sorry, 16,100.
yeah, came.
Yeah.
And eight are here. Five plus three. So we got total equation correct.
Hmm.
Okay.
But Krishna even traveled to this one, Prabhu. Kurukshetra, that during that one, that also comes in Bharatvarsha.
Kurukshetra at that time.
Yeah, no, even he visited that Kurukshetra also, no, Prabhu. That it comes in this one, Krishna chapter, that the Krishna book. It
Then
also, he goes to other places.
come within, you're saying, he's saying Krishna moved within India only. Basically, that is what the Yuresh meant. Correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the
Even in India, also only few cities.
travel. He's going to travel now. He has to get queens. Now he's
Okay.
Chalo. Now, how many people say we continue, or how people are feeling tired? They want to take rest. Isha wants to continue. Nupur,
Yes,
continue.
I'm okay to continue, Prabhuji.
Yuresh,
Yeah, Prabhuji. I'm okay.
chalo, chalo. Continue then. Yeah, who is going to read? Nupur? Yeah, you read.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay, Prabhuji.
see how many pages the chapter is. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
One more chapter.
12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19. 3. This will take 1 hour.
Hmm.
We read
We
some,
can do.
Very well.
all five we will not do. First two maybe we can finish. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can do
yeah,
like half.
like that, yeah, half of that.
Question one or two queens. Chalo, that is.
Hmm.
Then
Five queens.
we stop. Okay?
Yeah. Five queens married by Krishna. There was a great rumor that the five Pandava brothers, along with their mother Kunti, had under the plan of Dhritarashtra died in a fire accident in the house of Shalak, in which they were living. But then the five brothers were detected at the marriage ceremony of Draupadi. So again, another rumor spread that the Pandavas and their mother were not dead. It was a rumor, but actually it was so. They returned to their capital city, Hastinapur, and people saw them face to face. When this news was carried to Krishna and Balram, Krishna wanted to see them personally, and therefore Krishna decided to go to Hastinapur. This time, Krishna visited Hastinapur in state as a royal prince, accompanied by his commander in chief Yuyudhana and by many other soldiers. He had not actually been invited to visit the city, yet he went to see the Pandavas out of his affection for his great devotees. He visited the Pandavas without warning, and all of them got up from their respective seats as soon as they saw him. Krishna is called Mukunda because as soon as one comes in constant touch with Krishna or sees him in full Krishna consciousness, one immediately becomes freed from all material anxieties. Not only that, but he immediately becomes blessed with all spiritual bliss. On receiving Krishna,
What happens when you see Krishna?
mm,
Immediately become freed from all material anxieties and immediately be blessed with all spiritual bliss. So that happens even when you chant Hare Krishna nicely. Even now, when you read Krishna book, we may have some anxieties, but you come on a spiritual platform, anxieties disappear. Parama
mm,
prasannatma na shochati na,
No conscious.
all your anxieties go away. Yes, continue.
on receiving Krishna, the Pandavas became very enlivened, just as if awakened from unconsciousness or from loss of life. When a man is lying unconscious, his senses and the different parts of his body are not active. But when he regains his consciousness, the senses immediately become active. Similarly, the Pandavas received Krishna as if they had just regained their consciousness, and so they became very much enlivened. Lord Krishna embraced every one of them, and by the touch of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Pandavas immediately became freed from all reactions of material contamination, and therefore they were smiling in spiritual bliss. By seeing the face of Lord Krishna, everyone was transcendentally satisfied. Lord Krishna, although the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was playing the part of an ordinary human being, and thus he immediately touched the feet of Yudhishthira and Bhim because they were his two elder cousins. Arjuna embraced Krishna as a friend of the same age, whereas the two younger brothers, namely Nakula and Sahadev, touched the lotus feet of Krishna to show him respect. After an exchange of the greetings according to the social etiquette befitting the position of the Pandavas and Lord Krishna, Krishna was offered an exalted seat. When he was comfortably seated, the newly married Draupadi, young and very beautiful in her natural feminine gracefulness, came before Lord Krishna to offer her respectful greetings. The Yadavas who accompanied Krishna to Hastinapur were also very respectfully received, specifically Satyaki or Yuyudhana was also offered a nice seat. In this way, when everyone else was properly seated, the five brothers took their seats nearby Lord Krishna. After meeting with the five brothers, Lord Krishna personally went to visit Srimati Kunti Devi, the mother of Pandavas, who was the paternal aunt of Krishna. In offering his respects to his aunt, Krishna also touched her feet. Kunti Devi's eyes became wet, and in great love she feelingly embraced Lord Krishna. She then inquired from him about the well-being of her paternal family members, her brother Vasudev, his wife, and the other family members, and other members of the family. Similarly, Krishna also inquired from his aunt about the welfare of the Pandava families. Although Kunti Devi was related to Krishna by family ties, she knew immediately after meeting him that he was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. She remembered the past calamities of her life and how, by grace of Krishna, the Pandavas and their mother had been saved. She knew perfectly well that no one without Krishna's grace could have saved them from the fire accident designed by Dhritarashtra and his sons. In a choked up voice, she began to narrate before Krishna the past history of their life.
Okay, so she's a great devotee, just like the prayer she offers later. She's offering some prayers now, correct? Later she will offer Kunti Stuti. Okay?
Mhm.
Yes. Here also her prayers are there. I think first time, Shisha, you noticed? She's offered prayer here also in Bhagavatam. Hmm.
Mhm.
This is not Kunti Stuti.
Yeah.
Shisha. Kunti Stuti is later, no? After
Yes.
Vastra Bhaya. But here also she is offered prayer. If we can see
Ah,
this also.
before us.
You want to see Sanskrit shlokas? Chalo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Srimati Srimati Kunti Devi said, "My dear Krishna, I remember the day when you sent my brother Akrura to gather information about us. This means that you always remember us automatically. When you sent Akrura, I could understand that there was no possibility of our being put into danger. All good fortune in our life began when you sent Akrura to us. Since then, I have been convinced that we are not without protection. We may be put into various types of dangerous conditions by our family members, the Kurus, but I am confident that you remember us and that you always keep us safe and sound. Devotees who simply think of you are always immune from all kinds of material dangers, and what to speak of ourselves who are personally remembered by you. So, my dear Krishna, there is no question of bad luck. We are always in an auspicious position because of your grace. But because you have bestowed a special favor on us, people should not mistakenly think that you are partial to some and inattentive to others. You make no such distinction. No one is your favorite and no one is your enemy. As the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are equal to everyone, and everyone can take advantage of your special protection. The fact is that although you are equal to everyone, you are especially inclined to the devotees who always think of you. The devotees are related to you by the ties of love. As such, they cannot forget you even for a moment. You are present in everyone's heart, but because the devotees always remember you, you also respond accordingly. Although the mother has affection for all her children, she takes special care of the one who is fully dependent. I know certainly, my dear Krishna, that being seated in everyone's heart, you always create auspicious situations for your unalloyed devotees.
Okay, just a minute. Okay, because we would always use responding. You are equal. So she's saying, okay, you're very kind to us. It's not that you're partial. Okay. Everyone can take advantage. You're equal to, you're specially inclined to devotees. To bear ties of love, they cannot forget a moment. You're present in everyone's heart because everyone's knowledge and grace. You take special care of one who is. You always created auspicious situation for an unlight world. What is the shloka, Shisha? Krishna says, I am equal to everybody.
Samasarveshu bhuteshu.
Ah,
Samasarveshu bhuteshu. Nabhagavate. Samasarveshu bhuteshu.
samoham sarvabhuteshu.
Yeah.
Yasya na priya. Correct? Krishna says, I am equal to everybody. But ye bhajanti tumam bhakti.
Bhaktya.
Come forward.
Maite tesite tapyam.
Okay. And they are very dear to me, Krishna says. So Krishna, that is Prabhupada said, that is not partiality, that is natural. Because God is a person, he's not a machine, you know. And there is love, there is something called love, and devotees go with love, they get special protection. Okay, we proceed. Manoj, is it fine till now?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. All right.
Read something, you can read sometime.
Yes, Prabhuji. From where, Prabhuji? Then King Yudhishthira. Um, Prabhuji, which paragraph we have to read from?
Then King Yudhishthira.
Thank you. Then King Yudhishthira also praised Krishna as the supreme personality and universal friend of everyone. But because Krishna was taking special care of the Pandavas, King Yudhishthira said, My dear Krishna, we do not know what sort of pious activities we have executed in our past lives that have made you so kind and graceful to us. We know very well that the great mystics who are always engaged in meditation to capture you do not find it easy to obtain such grace, nor can they draw any personal attention from you. I cannot understand why you are so kind upon us. We are not yogis, but on the contrary, we are attached to material contaminations. We are householders dealing in politics, worldly affairs. I do not know why you are so kind upon us.
That is the mark of a devotee. He doesn't find that what is special, anything special. Yes. Ah, Shisha, how do you say so? Devotees, no? They don't say, Krishna, we remember you every day, we do some seva to you, we worship you. So you keep.
Yeah. Yes.
Why is he making a statement like that? Is he doing flattery or actually is feeling like that?
Actually, from the heart says.
You get that's a natural heart of a pure devotee.
You will do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, continue, Manoj.
Yeah. Yes. Being requested by King Yudhishthira, Krishna agreed to stay in Hastinapura for 4 months during the rainy season. The 4 months of the rainy season are called Chaturmasya. During this period, the generally itinerant preachers and brahmanas stop at certain places and live under rigid regulative principles. Although Lord Krishna is above all regulative principles, he agreed to stay at Hastinapura out of affection for the Pandavas. Taking this opportunity of Krishna's residence in Hastinapur, all the citizens of the town got the privilege of seeing him now and then, and thus they merged into transcendental bliss simply by seeing Lord Krishna eye to eye.
Okay, so the people of Hastinapur got a great opportunity to take darshana and they were in bliss doing that. Yes, then what happened? Next, who will read Nupur? Yuresh, you read for some time.
Yes, Prabhu. One day, while Krishna was staying with the Pandavas, he and Arjuna prepared themselves to go to the forest to hunt. Both of them sat down on the chariot, which flew a flag with a picture of Hanuman. Arjuna's special chariot is always marked with the picture of Hanuman, and therefore his name is also Kapidvaja. Kapi means Hanuman, and Dvaja means flag. Thus, Arjuna went to the forest with his bow and infallible arrows. He dressed himself with suitable protective garments, for he was to practice killing many enemies. He specifically entered that part of the forest where there were many tigers, deer, and various other animals. Krishna did not go with Arjuna to practice animal killing because he doesn't have to practice anything. He is self sufficient. He accompanied Arjuna to see how he was practicing because in the future he would have to kill many enemies. After entering the forest, Arjuna killed many tigers, boars, bison, gavayas, a kind of wild animal, rhinoceroses, deer, hares, porcupines, and similar other animals which he pierced with his arrows. Some of the dead animals which were fit to be offered in the sacrifices were carried by the servants and sent to King Yudhishthira. Other ferocious animals such as tigers and rhinoceroses were killed only to stop disturbances in the forest. Since there are many sages and saintly persons who are residents of the forest, it is the duty of the Kshatriya kings to keep even the forest in a peaceful condition for living.
So
Arjuna felt
that has been
that
solved. Why the people Kshatriyas are doing going to the forest, doing hunting? How do you justify hunting in Vedic times?
to protect sages and
Yeah, there were many wild animals at that time. Now they are going down. So
I from Komao village, and the government has all these national parks where tigers are there, and some of the tigers become carnivorous, and then they start picking up children of people. People, they,
yes.
and then people what they do together they collect money and announce an award who will kill this tiger, and
Hmm.
somebody comes forward and he kills it because government sometimes can't wait. They don't nothing happens. Correct. So people somehow get rid. Otherwise, it's very dangerous. So these people are there. The Kshatriyas go, they kill that kind of a tiger, which is causing disturbance to the forest. What's and tigers are also killed to stop forest because previously in the forest there will be tapasya going on, spiritual activity going on. Today it will be controversial if you kill because who is better? Animals look to be better than human beings. So sages, saintly person there in the forest, Kshatriya has to maintain peace even there. Yes. Even Lord Rama time it happened, no? Who came to take Lord Rama and Lakshmana from the forest?
Vishwamitra.
Similar,
Vishwamitra.
some demons are creating problem, correct?
Yeah,
None of them did anything wrong. Similarly, wild animals which have become man-eaters, which are causing disturbance in the forest, attacking sages, then the king has the duty to help them there also. And a double benefit, Kshatriyas know to see blood. In the medicine, nobody knows when the first day you go, they open the dead body, correct? It is
Hmm. Yeah.
painful to see all that. But unless you do that, then how will you deal with all this stool, urine, and blood later in your life in medical profession, correct? So same way, Kshatriya also has to see blood. If suppose the surgeon has never seen blood in his life, I don't think he'll be able to cut anything.
Thank you.
Huh?
Yeah, you cannot do it. Yeah.
I had gone to Ayurvedic college just 2 days ago, and he said, it's called Asuri Krishna. Uh, he said even the
Yeah.
first Sushruta, whoever was a Vedic time, who was a surgeon, that is
Yeah.
Asuri. He said
Yeah.
without giving any cut and pain
Yeah.
to the body, if by
Yeah.
medication you can solve the problem, that is the highest quality. Correct? But cutting, pulling so much blood and all, this is not
Yeah.
come. Just telling it is Asuri, Rakshasa.
Hmm.
But Prabhupada said to Kali Yuga, what we can do with the whole atmosphere is so disturbed, to be practical, we have to go through it. Hai na? Isha?
Hmm.
Okay. Chalo, continue.
Arjuna felt tired and thirsty from hunting, and therefore he went to the bank of the Yamuna along with Krishna. When both the Krishnas, namely Krishna and Arjuna, Arjuna is sometimes called Krishna, as is Draupadi, reached the bank of the Yamuna, they washed their hands and feet and mouths and drank the clear water of the Yamuna. While they were resting and drinking water, they saw a beautiful girl of marriageable age walking alone on the banks of the Yamuna. Krishna asked his friend Arjuna to go forward and ask the girl who she was. By the order of Krishna, Arjuna immediately approached the girl, who was very beautiful. She had an attractive body and nice glittering teeth and smiling face. Arjuna inquired, "My dear girl, you are so beautiful with your raised breasts. May I ask you who you are? We are surprised to see you loitering here alone. What is your purpose in coming here? We can guess only that you are searching after a suitable husband. If you don't mind, you can disclose your purpose. I shall try to satisfy you." The beautiful girl was the river Yamuna personified. She replied, "Sir, I am the daughter of the sun god, and I am now performing penance and austerity to have Lord Vishnu as my husband. I think he is the supreme person and just suitable to become my husband. I disclose my desire thus because you wanted to know it."
Continue.
The girl continued, "My dear sir, I know you are the hero Arjuna, so I may further say that I will not accept anyone as my husband besides Lord Vishnu, because he is the only protector of all living entities and the bestower of liberation for all conditioned souls. I shall be thankful unto you if you pray to Lord Vishnu to become pleased with me." The girl Yamuna knew it well that Arjuna was a great devotee of Lord Krishna, and that if he would pray, Krishna would never deny his request. To approach Krishna directly may sometimes be futile, but to approach Krishna through his devotee is sure to be successful. She further told Arjuna, "My name is Kalindi, and I live within the water of the Yamuna. My father was kind enough to construct a special house for me within the waters of the Yamuna, and I have vowed to remain in the water as long as I cannot find Lord Krishna." The message of the girl Kalindi was duly carried to Krishna by Arjuna, although Krishna, as the super soul of everyone's heart, knew everything without further discussion.
This side.
Krishna immediately accepted Kalindi and asked her to sit down on the chariot. Then all of them approached King Yudhishthira. After this, Krishna was asked by King Yudhishthira to help in constructing a suitable house to be planned by the great architect Vishwakarma, the celestial engineer in the heavenly kingdom. Krishna immediately called for Vishwakarma and he made him construct a wonderful city according to the desire of King Yudhishthira. When this city was constructed, Maharaja Yudhishthira requested Krishna to live with them a few days more in order to give them the pleasure of his association. Lord Krishna accepted the request of Maharaja Yudhishthira and remained there for many days more.
Also been there for many decades. Krishna was asked constructing Krishna immediately called Vishwakarma and he gave him the order, make. And Vishwakarma does in minutes, you know. He's not like
Mhm.
having all gada 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 construction. Higher technology it is, you know. See, basically what I can understand is that there is higher technology to do anything. You know? Just like Sanjay is seeing the battlefield whole scene. He's having a higher technology to do it. Not like today, you have to make satellites, you have to throw satellites in the air, so much Ugur karma you have to do. Nothing. They have subtle powers by which they can. You can do things easily. Just like you're working in 2 dimensions and somebody knows 3 dimensions. Thing may be very easy when you know 3 dimensions. Hai na? So the more knowledge makes things very easy. You don't have to do it hard way. Okay, 10:30. We stop now. What do you say, Nupur?
Yes,
Yeah,
Prabhuji, that's fine.
yeah.
Manoj and Yuresh is different part of the world. For me, Nishtha is now little light. Okay?
Prabhuji, before we conclude, can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah. Something from today we discussed.
Uh, it's just in general also, but I just want to know what's the science behind it. Why do the young people touch the feet of old people? What's the reason behind it? I mean, in Vedic times or now? I just want to know.
Reason, Shisha. Pada Saroja.
Think to receive their grace. So when you touch the feet, I don't know, but maybe I read somewhere or my mom told me that when you touch the feet, you just take the energy of that person or the grace of that person. So and then they
So
put
if we
your hands on the on your head, so they give you that that whole circuit is complete. The energy is like kind of transferred. I don't know. Just
People are Mayavadis, everything is energy. Huh, Shisha? More personal.
It's a social etiquette.
Anything, Shisha? It's a karma.
Even
When somebody
yeah, yes,
actually you accept his karma.
yeah,
Therefore, Guru allows only disciples to touch his feet because he willingly agrees to suffer for the disciples, provided they obey him. Correct? He, on behalf of Krishna, wants to deliver the people, and those who agree to obey him, he takes a karma. So, therefore, disciple can touch the feet of the Guru, do pada puja, other things, and he's actually giving karma at that time, isn't it, Shisha?
yeah, yeah.
Even when somebody is Mahaprasad, we take of a pure devotee, we are giving him our karma. Vedic times,
Mhm.
the wife used to eat from the plate of the husband. है ना? I remember
Yeah,
my mother used to always eat from the husband's plate. Previously, that was
yeah,
the custom, no, because she takes husband has to take the wife's karma, deliver the wife.
yeah, yeah.
Duty to deliver the disciple. So disciple could touch the feet of their guru, then he will take their karma,
And
following
what
it.
about the family members or relatives and all those, Prabhu?
I think they're also kind of guru in Vedic times. Vedic time they're not just elder like today, simply white hairs. है ना? They are knowledge also. So they are like gurus only. At home, father was a guru. He was a spiritually advanced, and they're touching his feet. They get father willingly takes his karma. Yes, son, I'll take your karma. What do you say, Shisha? In this
Yeah.
touching feet, think about it. What is the meaning behind it? But energy, Nupur Mataji, that this kind energy definitely. But I'm just saying more of this energy. They just talk about person. They avoid person and energy, energy, energy.
hmm, hmm.
But even in, I mean, if the parent is whether he is a good or bad, still children do it, irrespective of whether they're pious or not.
Yeah, that's an etiquette. They're supposed to.
The social etiquette, actually. The social etiquette, just social etiquette.
It's a social
Mm.
etiquette, but it had a meaning of just like we go to temple and fall at the feet of Krishna when you pay obeisances, correct?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Actually, we are touching
The
our
Lord one.
Krishna's lotus feet, correct? That's what we are doing in obeisances. Uh,
Mm.
we are not grossly touching, but obeisances add to Krishna's lotus feet only, no? That's why I bring the head down towards feet. What is the Shisha?
Yeah, but that spiritual this one is different. That a guru and Krishna is different, and it is for parents. It's different in the material level. Actually, it's yeah, it's just a social etiquette.
Social
Because
etiquette.
we are guru
Today it has become
and
just
Krishna, we are
he will be spiritually advanced to actually bless you, है ना?
here in
Mhm.
this.
It has just
Hmm.
drama, that's all. But previously, there was spiritual advancement, and naturally, voluntarily, happily used to be at their fit. They will be worried about your spiritual welfare also, the parents. है ना?
Mm.
Yeah.
What do you say, Shisha? Manoj, what do you have any idea? Your culture also it is there, no?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, it is there.
Not a touch. Anyway, now what is the there no custom in your Delhi also that custom is there, Manoj, है ना? Touching the foot.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Culture.
Nupur Mataji, what do you say in your area?
Sorry, Babuji?
Touching fit is their culture.
Yes, yes. In,
It's Indian culture.
To go for
yeah.
marriage when you're small children, it's a queue. You have to go 40 people sitting together, one by one, touch everybody's face.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And it's just a ritual, we don't know the meaning, anything, not that. But still, that semblance of material of blessing and it makes the
Hmm.
atmosphere very sweet,
Yes.
It just makes the atmosphere. Today, nothing, nobody wants.
Yeah.
And when Prabhupada in America, when the first Diksha was there, he told the disciples, you go and touch their feet. So disciples said, he called the parents for the marriage. So then he told the disciple, go and, pay obeisance to them, touch their feet. The disciples said, Prabhupada, that they are not devotees. Prabhupada said, doesn't matter. Because from a bad fruit, we cannot have a good seed. So because you are very good devotees, that means your parents are also nice devotees. So they has to have some credit. For if you're a great devotee, there's some credit has to go to them. And Krishna also gives credit. No, he blesses 21 generations when you become a great devotee. So he made them touch, and parents were completely surprised. This is natural, normal for parents to accept children to go down. Hana? What do you
Hmm.
think? You as a father, what is a shisha? Natural,
Yeah.
natural feeling, no? Children's
Yeah.
that they expects gratitude, respect. Vedic culture.
Yeah, and
Ah, what is that?
they do it in two dimensions. Like once when they show respect, and the other time when they ask for forgiveness as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Any question, Yuresh? No.
Uh,
Napur Mataji, anything today's class? Anything reflection? What are the reflection today?
Um, Nothing. It was just it was interesting
I-
story. I think the part where Akrura and Kritvarma also want the jewel, that was a little surprising for me.
Yeah, Akrura got cursed for taking.
Yeah, that was.
For
You have to do this.
very he lost discrimination and he got involved in a big sinful activity. But looks
Yeah.
like Krishna easily pardoned him because he was his great devotee. है ना?
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
what is the shloka in Bhagavad Gita? Shisha for that. Krishna forgives.
Which one, Prabhu?
Krishna forgives a pure devotee from accidental mistake. What is that?
Next level, not getting it.
Yes, who knows? Nupur, you know the shloka? Krishna
No,
forgives. Ah,
I don't know the shloka, Prabhuji.
I forgot this. Yeah.
Krishna says, Shipram bhavit dharmatma.
Yeah.
Suduracharo bhajate mam.
Anandabhag.
Says if you have done even the great most sinful activity, apiches
Mm.
suduracharo, but you're
Happy
constantly
days.
constantly chanting the holy names, then sadhureva samatya. Krishna says he doesn't matter, I'll forgive him. Okay, so Akrura was a great devotee, therefore Krishna ignored his offense. Okay. Okay. That was one thing. Anything else, Shisha, this past time? We came to know how Krishna married 16,108. Correct? Now this
Mm.
fourth wife is Yamuna itself. Huh? Yamuna Prasad
Yamuna.
married Krishna.
Kalindi.
Kalindi. Huh? Her name is Kalindi.
Kalindi.
She married Krishna as Kalindi. Huh?
Yeah.
Kalindi. Okay. So, okay. Yes, Yuresh, we wind up today now.
yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Prabhuji,
Hare
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.